It was Paula who made the finals in this really trick truck. She comes off the line and heads down the 180-foot track.
Oh, Jan, she's going to get some good distance here. Now, she's the first driver out. This will be the early distance to beat for the other competitors to follow. And let's watch it. Here it is, 150 kilos, since they don't have much suspension.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, this ride is going to smooth out for him in a hurry now as he nears the end of his pull. Disappointing, 150 pull, not enough to put him into the lead. Here's the Canadian champion. This is our second one.
Trying to use every bit of horsepower and make it translate into the pulling power she needs to drag that sled. Hey, here's the blue
pickup truck. This is a sophisticated high weight on the front end, and that's, of course, to keep the front end down. Here's Bud now. He's well underway. Got a good pull going for him. But, uh-oh, he's got a problem, and it looks to me like there's a broken hitch.
That's exactly what happened. He broke at 170
specialty vehicles. But before we do, let's take a look at our current leaders now. In the Wally Harvell leads with 100 runs. There'll be several of them. This is the first with Mike Hollingsworth. He's on the nose of the machine high in the air as he does a wheelie now, pulling down the 180-foot course. He's going to do real well here. He's not in competition, strictly an exhibition run, and as you can see, he has really done well. He'll bring the nose of the machine down, and they'll shut it off right away because the car has no radiator. There's no...
And in 1980, Mike
it's going to make a real power-packed show. And talk about unique vehicles, here comes another one. This is George Stennett in that wild cycle. And just take a look at this vehicle. It's a yard, and look at this flip-top action.
This vehicle weighs almost 7,000 pounds and burns 2.5 gallons of fuel per run. It's in his plans to go for a world wheelie record someday.
Well, that's right. George is quite an innovative guy. He wants the world wheelie record. Where he's going to do that, I have no idea. Let's watch him right now. Here's his run. He's up in the air. This is George Stenett's cycle, a real wild wheelie truck. Up, up, up. He's doing a nice, whoops, easy does it. He's got it on a yo-yo string right now. What he's doing, Dwayne, is showboating for you. That's what he's doing here. And I want to tell you something. That truck has its own, a world-famous Orange Blossom Special. I'm Jan Gabriel, along with Dwayne Dow, also Gary Poindexter and Gary Lee. Got a full crew for you today.
We sure do, Jan, and here's our next exhibition run, the Orange Blossom Special. This one's a 1937 Chevrolet driven by Alan Gaines.
Alan Gaines out of Georgetown, Kentucky. He's busy right now as he's got the nose of that 37 Chevrolet way up in the air. He's got both hands, both feet busy. The feet actually steered off the brake drum, and here he is now starting to let it down. Nice and easy. Down to a slow idle.
When this truck came off the assembly line in 1937, most of the spectators here weren't even born.
Yeah. Down at the other end of the stadium, you can see everybody getting pumped up for the original Bigfoot. And here he is as Bob Chandler brings the St. Louis, Missouri special onto the floor. And just look at it. It is awesome. When they say monster trucks, they're talking about Bigfoot. And here it is.
Awesome is right. The tires are 5.5 feet high and weigh 900 pounds each. The truck's total weight, 13,000 pounds.
That's some heavy metal, all right. Bigfoot has both front and rear steering systems, which makes it kind of unique in itself. Right now, let's go to Alan Gaines. Gary Lee's got him.
Alan Gaines, the Orange Blossom Special, a 37 Chevy was never built to do that.
Well, I don't think General Motors intended it to.
I was down here and didn't think you had enough room before hitting the concrete. That was well staged. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
It's back to the action now. Bigfoot doing what Bigfoot does best, climbing a mountain of cars. Bob Chandler's the driver. Gary Lee talked to him earlier.
Bob Chandler, you can turn the crowd inside out. We've seen it on several occasions. I know you've been in the aftermarket business for a lot of years, but when you started this project to build Bigfoot, you obviously had no idea where it might lead.
No, I started out with a regular pickup, and each year it got a little bigger and a little bigger and a little bigger. I had no idea what I was going to do.
And now, of course, it's legendary. It's a movie star. It is a magazine centerfold. It makes appearances all over the country, and your life has totally changed because of Bigfoot.
That's very true. I don't know what to say.
And now you have two more, right?
Yeah, I've got 3 of them running around the country. In fact, I've got to fly to Honolulu. I got a car show with one of them next weekend.
And I know for a fact you get a heck of a kick when you crunch the cars and then step out of the cab to the thunderous roar of this packed crowd.
I really do. It gives me goosebumps. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to stand out there and wave to them or but they really seem to like it.
I don't know what you can do for an ovation or an encore. We congratulate you and thank you for making an appearance this evening.
Thank you very much.
There's Bob Chandler, and right now he's attempting a sidewinder. This is when you go up, and oh, he is way up. Didn't quite make it. He's going to try it some more. Spinning those tires, trying to do it. Bigfoot having a little problem. There he goes.
Jan, I'm glad it's not my car.
I think it is. I think that one came right out of the parking lot, and that's yours. Listen to this crowd.
Big wheels are rolling. 13,000 pounds of pile driving machine.
And just to show you how big Bigfoot really is, the height is 10 feet 4 inches, and I think still growing. Wheelbase on Bigfoot, 135 inches. And here he is now, coming down off his perch. Bigfoot. Interesting sidelight to Bigfoot. As I told you earlier, it has independent steering, both front and back. To steer it on the back, you use a little toggle switch. To steer the front wheels, of course, you use the steering wheel.
Driver Bob Chandler actually got started in all of this beginning with a motorcycle accident.
Well, that's right, Dwayne, but it was a minor accident, but it got him off of two wheels and into four-wheeling. Four-wheeling, as you well know, is extremely popular throughout the United States right now, and of course that adds to the popularity of Bigfoot. Bob Chandler's quite a family man. He has 3 youngsters, and are you ready for this? They have a mandate that once a month they have to be driven to school in Bigfoot.
Hey, I'd like one of those rides myself. Quite a stunt driver, Bob Chandler.
Well, more of a stunt driver than you might think, Dwayne. In the movie Take This Job and Shove It, the Hollywood stunt drivers took Bigfoot, wrecked it. Then Bob Chandler had to bring it out, fix it, bring it back, then he drove it and did an excellent job. And there he goes, Bigfoot. And I'm here to tell you, they love this truck all over the country. We certainly hope you enjoyed the high-tech trucks. Like some of the other trucks we've seen here today, Big Iron also has one of those flip-top bodies for easy maintenance. And I have been told there is a rumor afloat that Lee Farrell is carrying his mechanic right with him.
Well, I guess he is. That's quite a mechanic.
Actually, she's Brenda Dunay, who is this year's queen of the National Championship Truck Ball.
I'm sure Lee Farrell doesn't mind chauffeuring her out to greet the crowd. I wonder if it's true that blondes have more fun.
Oh, there's one debate you won't get me into. You know, anyone can have fun. It's just a matter of attitude. All right, as Brenda now disappears into the crowd, it's back to the serious business of truck pulling for Lee Farrell. He's looking for a go. And remember, he's the last puller out, and he's trying to beat Carl Bidwell's 160 feet, 1.5 inches.
Lee was the number 2 puller in the nation last year and has been in the top 5 for the last 6 years.
And he predicted earlier that this would be what is called a power track, which means in tandem. This allows Lee to pick the gear that gives him the maximum power. Now here's Lee Farrell as he's pumping Big Iron down Thunder Alley.
And if lightning doesn't strike first, he'll muscle Big Iron across the line in great shape.
Farrell's got a good grip on it as he pulls himself across the line, and you can just tell it's been a super pull.
Lee Farrell from St. Paul, Minnesota in his big red machine. Now, will he make it? Oh, just coming up.
Play School, makers of SST supersized trucks, Bigfoot, Black Gold, Orange Blossom Special, the SST line from Play School. Incredible.